Mathematical knowledge develops like a spiral. What you learn one school year turns up in the following years, and you develop your knowledge. An example of this is the subject of data handling, and particularly averages and spread. In Year 7 you are reminded about mode, median, mean and range. The 3 M's tell you where the average is. The range, the difference between the highest and the lowest value, tells you about the spread of the data. With these figures you can start to compare data sets, often called distributions. Looking at these two distributions you can see that pupils do better in Subject 2 than Subject 1. This is because they're all the indicators. The higher, the average and the lower marks are all higher in Subject 2 than Subject 1. But when things are not so clear, we need to look more closely at our data. Most pupils do this in Year 9 when they are introduced to the box and whisker diagrams or box plots. Now you have 5 points of reference, the extra 2 being the higher and lower quartile. As their name suggests, these are 3/4 and the 1/4 marks. With these, much better idea of the shape of this distribution is seen. You can now see the distribution of the first subject shows that there is a long tail of pupils below the mean, whereas in the second subject it is symmetrical, with at least 50% of pupils very close to the mean. In GCSE mathematics, this would be as far as your understanding develops. However, for people studying GCSE statistics or AS or A-level mathematics, there is a further step. Any natural occurring distribution will approximate to be a normal curve of the type you see on the screen. This will have a mean at its centre as standardised units of spread, called standard deviations to either side. With a completely normal curve, plus or minus 1 standard deviation from the mean would contain 68%, about 2/3 of the distribution. Plus or minus 2 standard deviation would be 95%. And plus or minus 3 standard deviations, 99% of the distribution. This now allows us to describe the distribution very closely, with 9 points of reference. So why not think of studying statistics if you get the chance? On that thought, back to studio.